Love it. All right, welcome. We're gonna stretch for 10 minutes. I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna start standing. Feet about hip width apart, nice and strong and stable. And we're gonna start with just a nice deep breath to take the arms out and up, big stretch long way from the center towards the ceiling. So with your next inhale, take it up, take those fingertips up towards the ceiling, nice big stretch, point those thumbs towards the back of the room, little mini back bend, just drift them slightly back. All right, take it straight back up. We're gonna take that right hand and we're gonna grab that left wrist. We're just gonna pull slightly up over top, nice big lateral stretch. Getting a lot of length down the left side of the body. Next inhale is gonna take you back up to center, nice long arms, and then switch hands. So grab that opposite wrist with that left hand and reach up right hand. Next big inhale takes us right back up to center. Exhale, gonna circle the arms down and around, and you can either press those palms towards each other or interlace those hands and press the knuckles towards the ground. We're pulling the shoulder blades towards each other and opening through the chest for a nice big chest stretch, nice big shoulder stretch. With your next exhale, go ahead and release that. We're gonna do that all one more time. Big inhale takes us up. Grab that right wrist with that left hand, pull it straight up over top. Do the opposite, straight up over top. Inhale pulls us up through center, same thing other side. Inhale back up to center. Exhale down and around, press or interlace behind the back, open through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale to release. We're gonna take one more inhale to take us up, and then our exhale is gonna take us into a forward fold, fingertips towards the toes. So inhale takes us up, nice big stretch long away from center. Exhale brings us down, fingertips down towards the toes in our nice easy forward fold. So taking a moment here, just kind of feeling this out, be gentle on yourself, maybe that gentle bend in those knees. Notice where that tension is, if it's through the backs of the legs, if it's through the upper or lower back. Maybe let the head and neck release and relax just slightly. All right, we're gonna come halfway up. So we're just gonna find a nice flat back, a nice long spine. We're just changing the profile of the stretch a little bit. So from wherever you have that long spine, that flat back, then we're just gonna keep hinging. So keeping your spine nice and long. If you can get another centimeter or two deeper, and this is just gonna change where we're stretching to the backs of those legs instead of the upper and lower back. And your next exhale is just gonna round back out. Bend those knees, plant those fingertips down on the floor for a little stability. Step that right leg back nice and long. The toe is going to go down to the floor, and then that knee is going to go down to the floor. Top of that foot meets the floor. We're in our nice low lunge. From here, we're just going to do a little flow front to back. We're going to press those hips forward for that low hip flexor stretch. You should feel that through the front of that right leg. And then we're going to exhale, press those hips backwards. Lengthen that left leg, that front leg, lift those left toes, and just hinge slightly forward. So again, that stretch through the back of the legs. You can have those fingertips down by your side for a little bit more stability, or out towards the toes for a little bit more stretch. From here, we're just gonna flow front to back at a pace that feels good to you, nice and easy. Take those hips forward and then backwards. If one of those feels a lot better or like a lot more of a stretch for you, you can hold a little bit longer in one direction or the other. Or if you like a little bit more active of a stretch, you can keep it flowing front to back. Just making it work for you. Now we're just going to take two more nice deep breaths. So whether you're holding in one direction or moving with each breath front to back. And after that second nice deep breath, we're going to meet in that low lunge. So pressing those hips forward, planting those hands, and we're going to find a spinal twist. So my left leg is to the front. My right hand is going to meet the mat or the floor, and my left arm is going to open up towards the ceiling for that nice spinal twist. So left fingertips up, right palm planted down, and that left leg is forward. If you're backwards from me, if you have that right leg forward, feel free to just switch those arms. So we're facing towards our front leg. Exhale brings that hand back down, and we're gonna do a little bit more complicated of a version. We're gonna go away. So my left hand is gonna plant, my right arm is gonna open. So spinal twist, just opposite direction away from that leg, using your balance a little bit there. Exhale is gonna bring it back down. We're gonna switch those legs for that lunge. So I'm gonna keep my right knee down, bring my left knee around back to meet it, and then switch, bringing my left leg around forward for that opposite side. Same thing, that front to back flow. Press those hips forward. Nice stretch for that left hip flexor. And then press them backwards, lengthen the front leg, lift the front toes, hinge at the hips for that hamstring stretch. And again, just a couple times at a pace that feels good. This side might feel different than the other side, and that's okay. Again, you can hold in one direction or the other, or you can find a little bit more of a nice, easy front to back flow. And let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And then we'll meet back in that low lunge. All right, from here, we're gonna make like we're gonna transition to that other side, but instead we're just gonna go to hands and knees. So planting those hands once again, circling that right knee back around to meet where the left already is. And then I want you to stay right there. Knees are right underneath hips, wrists are either right underneath shoulders, or they can be just a little out in front if that right underneath the shoulders is a little bit too sharp of an angle for you. Let's go into our cat and cow for a little spinal range of motion. Your inhale is going to press the belly towards the floor, lift the hips, and if it feels okay to lift the chin, you can lift that as well for our cow pose. And then our exhale is going to round that tailbone underneath, round the spine up towards the ceiling, and tuck the chin towards the chest for our cat pose. So a couple times with your breath, however fast or slow you're breathing here. Inhale, belly towards the floor. Exhale, spine towards the ceiling. And go ahead and take 2 more nice deep breaths. And then bring that spine back to our nice neutral. All right, we're gonna walk it out into our puppy pose. Next, I want you to keep those knees right underneath those hips. So we aren't gonna press them backwards. They're gonna stay right where they are. We're gonna walk those hands out nice and long and press the chest down towards the mat. So nice big chest opener, nice big shoulder stretch. The forehead can meet the mat if that feels okay. But if you prefer to keep it floating, that's fine as well. And just pressing that chest down nice and easy there. From here, we're gonna add a little spinal twist, a little shoulder stretch. I'm gonna take my right hand, I'm gonna lift it up off the mat. I'm gonna thread it underneath in between that left hand and those legs. Back of my right hand is gonna meet the floor on the opposite side. And then my right shoulder is gonna meet the floor right underneath that opposite shoulder. So we're down in our spinal twist. Left arm is still out nice and long. Hips are still up nice and high. Taking just a moment there. And all we're gonna do now is switch sides. So right arm goes back out. Left arm comes underneath, threads in between that right arm. Back of the hand meets the floor. That left shoulder meets the floor. And then that right arm stays out nice and long. So spinal twist, shoulder stretch in that opposite direction. And go ahead, bring it back out just to that center puppy. Those arms nice and long, hips are over, those knees still. I'm gonna walk my hands in about 3 or 4 inches just so they're a little bit closer and make my way into my downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, press the hips up and back. Same as our forward fold, be gentle on yourself. Maybe keep those knees slightly bent. Maybe pedal out those heels. Those ears come towards the biceps. We're pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Hips are nice and high. This is a nice stretch for those calves and for those hamstrings. From here, you get to choose the direction. You can either walk those feet forward to meet the hands or the hands backwards to meet the feet, or they can kind of come in towards the center. Either way, whenever you get to the place where both can't be touching anymore, go ahead and bring that weight to those feet so that we're in that forward fold one more time. And again, feel free to still have that gentle bend in those knees, that nice long spine or that rounded spine. Nice and easy. We're going to go ahead and roll it all the way up so we're standing up nice and tall. And we're going to finish up with just some nice easy shoulder circles, bringing them up towards the ears and then down and back. 2 more in that first direction. And then switch it up. We'll bring them forward for our final little stretch. 2 more in that second direction. And relax them nice and low away from the ears. Finish off with 1 more nice deep breath, leading with those arms. Inhale takes us up. And exhale brings them down. All right, thanks for joining me for a quick stretch today. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.